Thanks for joining me guys for another video beer review. I'm well into my Saturday session at the moment and we're taking a look at a beer from Yonder Brewing and Blending out of Somerset, and it is a can of their Boogie. It's the best bitter, weighing in at a nice sessionable 3.8% ABV. Of course they've started to go into canning, so fair play to these guys. I've had about 3 or 4 beers from them now. Decent stuff, different. I'll read the spiel on the back of this can for you. So Boogie is a modern reinterpretation of an English bitter, inspired by the past but brewed in the future, firmly in mind. Using new UK hop varieties with our house yeast, we've created a beer which tastes like home without dampening the desire to explore beyond. There you go, nice can artwork. Picked it up from Beer Merchants, and it was, I think it was just shy of £4 a can. Best before 17th of the 4th 2021. Let's get out into a glass, see what we get with it. It is a little bit hit and miss when modern craft breweries start messing about with old traditional styles. I know Daya did a best bitter and it was crap really. Hopefully this one will be a little bit better. Well, we've got a bit more of a look about it than that day of beer, I must admit. That was like a pale ale. I've actually reviewed that as well. Yeah, nice amber colour. A little bit of a haze to that. Fingers worth of white sitting pretty on the top. Let's get a nose. Yeah, characteristics of a bitter, but there's something else in there, and of course Yonder putting a little bit of a spin on it. It's got a malty, funky smell about it. Yeah, interesting. Let's go in. Cheers. I have chilled this down as well. I think it's going to take more than a few sips to suss this one out. Let's go in again. It's an odd one, but in a good way, in an interesting way. I'm very, very intrigued by it, and I want to dig a little bit more deeper into it, because the penny does drop for me that I'm drinking an old school best bitter, but there's a lot more going on with it. Let's try and sort of like try and break it down a little bit. Right, first and foremost for me, flavour wise, you met with that malty, fruity kick. Toffee, maybe a little bit of toffee in there, but predominantly a nice sort of like malty backbone sort of base beer with a nice little bit of sweetness attached to that. And then it goes off to Yonderland, I guess, with a little bit of yeasty funkiness, I guess. Yeah, it's got a bit of funk about it, but it doesn't quite take over the beer. It kind of works. It complements the traditional core flavours that you get from an old school bitter, and it kind of works. It's interesting, very different, and fair play to them for taking an old school beer style and just flipping it slightly. I think that kind of works really. Answers down below please if you've had this beer from these guys. Soft, smooth, very, very drinkable. Moorish. 3.8% ABV. You know, you could get a little bit carried away with it if you wanted to. I think that's pretty decent, to be honest with you. As a best bitter goes, a modern best bitter goes, I think that's half decent. They've respected the old school taste and aroma of a best bitter and put their little spin on it without sort of ruining the style. I think that works for me. That's a pretty decent modern best bitter from Yonder Brewing and Blending out of Somerset. Canada Boogie best bitter, 3.8% ABV. Not bad at all actually. I'm quite happy with that one. See you on my next one. Cheers.